This is a Grand Banks 47 CL Heritage. I've been trying to get one of these onto the channel for a little while. Why? For two reasons. Firstly, this is absolutely classic trawler yacht. Grand Banks pretty much invented this style of boat. The first Grand Banks like this came out in the 60s, I think. The second reason, well, just because it's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to take you on board, give you the full tour, and explain to you exactly why. Now this is very different from the usual flybridge style of boat that I normally cover. It's an aft cabin for a start. Your doorway is just on the side here and another one around on the other side, as we'll see in a minute. And it's very much your beautiful, traditionally styled boat with all this wonderful teak everywhere and this terrific upright styling. It's also a very practical boat. It works very well. And that's why these have been in production for so long. This one is a 2007. So let's step on board and we will do the full tour. I think what we'll do is start on the inside first of all, and then we'll work our way out. So here we go. Now as we come in through here, the first thing that greets us, just slip my shoes off, there we go, is a feast of teak. Look at that, that is beautiful. Very traditional again, very nice. Timeless, in fact, I think is probably the word we're looking for. Look at these big windows all the way around. Great view out, and it's a proper serious offshore boat. So you've got things like this big handrail in the ceiling. So when you move around the boat when it's out at sea, it makes life a lot easier and safer. There's storage down this side, a pop-up TV as well. I think we'll head forward first of all, and then we'll work our way back. So this is the lower helm. Now there's another doorway here that opens to get out onto the side deck, and then a big comfortable helm seat. And again, classic trawler yacht with this very upright, vertical, huge wheel. It's 4 lever control, so these are your throttles, and your gears then are separate over on this side for forward, neutral and stern. And look at these instruments and these wonderful chromed switches for your engine start, stop, and your horn and that kind of thing. And then backed up with that, you've got your modern electronic instrumentation as well. So for example, your chart plotter and radar is that one. And then over here, things like another screen, and on this side is the autopilot and your VHF radio. Twin thrusters on this one as well, bow and stern, makes life a lot easier when you're manoeuvring. Very upright screens, and that centre one will open. Now I mentioned it's an aft cabin configuration, so there is accommodation at both ends of this boat. We'll come back to the aft section afterwards. We'll start off up here. The galley is a couple of steps down, which is great because it means it's separated but not cut off from the saloon. And then in here you've got the oven. There's a big fridge down underneath here, lots of storage about the place, and then a big 4-burner electric hob over on this side, and again loads of storage in places like this. And we'll head down forward. So this end of the boat really is for your guests. So there's a double bed up in the forward cabin. Again, look at this beautiful teak they put on the side here. Stunning. And there is a heads. Now this is actually the day heads because there's a door that will close this cabin off, and so that keeps this private, and then the day head access is on the outside. But then there's also a door here so that when that door is closed and this one's closed, you can go straight in and use it as an ensuite. Very nice size. And these screens here mean that you can screen off the shower area. Lovely. What else have we got down here? That is just giving you access to that floor hatch, and that is into the boat system, so plumbing, wiring, that kind of thing is in there. And underneath this one, that's just extra storage, so they've got pots and pans and toaster and so forth, all right next to the galley. Let's head on back. We'll have a look in here as well while we're going past. That's the bar area. Very nice. And then there's seating, of course, around the saloon area. But I mentioned it's an aft cabin. Well, that's accessed back here. So it's completely separate from your guests. Makes it very private. Again, you've got this handrail here to help you down. And then a massive cabin at the back of the boat for the owner. You've got a little dressing table on that side. This is just a little heater that the owners keep on here, so when they're not on the boat, they can keep a little bit of warmth in it. But you wouldn't normally have that there when the boat's in use. You'd have that stool there to make that into a dressing area. There's still storage across here, and in here, big hanging locker and extra storage. You've got large windows all the way around, and as you can see, these all open. So you've got loads of ventilation into here. There's even a hatch up above as well, throwing more light in and giving you more ventilation. And a really big bed and more storage down that side. And this, as you'd expect, has its own ensuite. That's over on this side. Sink, toilet, and a completely separate shower area, again with a door that comes across. And that's in there. Excellent. Let's go and have a look around the outside. Actually, I think what we'll do while we're here, before we do that, is we'll check out the engines, because they're also accessed from here. And they are down underneath this one. Now, these are a pair of Caterpillar C9s. They're just over 500 horsepower each. And they're giving the boat about 25 knots flat out and cruising at 20 knots, which is going to give you probably about 350 miles of range. At pretty serious lumps. Cool. Let's carry on. Let's drop that one back down. Okay, let's take in the outside. So we'll come back out through this door. Pop my shoes back on. So this is the boat deck. You've got your tender on the back here underneath this cover, and that's a life raft. And that is that hatch that's over the aft cabin. We'll go around this way and take a look at the back. I really like this seat across the back. That'd be a wonderful place to sit when the boat's at anchor. In fact, even in here in the marina, great view. These are large storage lockers underneath the floor, and there's a bathing platform then on the back of the boat with those steps down to it. Great for swimming. And of course this opens, so you can just hinge that out of the way. You might be wondering how you get this tender on and off the back, and that's actually quite clever, because there's a crane and it's built in. You can just see it up here. There it is. So that will swivel round, pick up your tender, drop it in the water. Now, it's another classic trawler yacht feature to have these really lovely wide teak laid decks, so it's a very easy stroll around this boat. These are covers just for the winter, so you can put some heat into the engine room and it won't let the cold air in. They come off when the boat's in use. This is the door next to the helm. So when you're at that lower helm, you can come straight out of there and onto the deck. And if we carry on all the way around, then you've got this big flat foredeck. You could put sunbathing cushions in there if you wanted to. And then right up to the bow. Shore power plugs in here. And these are anchor winch buttons. They control this electric anchor winch and the anchor in that cradle on the front. But that, looking back down the boat, is pure trawler yacht with the very upright screens and the big wipers and the overhang to give a little bit of shade. That's excellent. Let's carry on back down this side and we'll head up onto the flybridge and finish off up there. It's a very, very easy boat to move around. Grand banks. So this time we'll come around, and instead of going down to the cabin, we'll go a little further and up these steps. And then this is the flybridge. Very deep sided, so you're very sheltered on here. Nice deep seats all the way around. There's a table, a little bar area, seat next to the helm, and then this big helm seat with, again, the vertical wheel and a really great view out over the front of the boat. Actually makes manoeuvring it very easy as well, because you can stand here at the helm and you can see the back corner of the boat. You can walk across to the side very easily, and it does make it an easy boat to manoeuvre. And look at this big high screen that goes around as well, so you get plenty of shelter from the wind. Fantastic. Up above, this is a framework for a bimini top, so that can then pull forward to give you shade on this area. And then this short mast here is for the radar, and then you've got things like the GPS antenna, navigation lights, TV aerial, that sort of thing are all mounted up on there. So there you go, that's it. That's a Grand Banks 47. Ancaster had that for sale down in Kingswear, so huge thanks to Ancaster for organising that tour for me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. As ever, if you haven't subscribed, do hit that little button and the bell, because we've got lots more coming for you. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.